Start getting into this here. Getting into it. Y'all ready for another supercut? You ready to get into it? That's right. That's right. If you're watching this, if you're hearing, then that means you've tuned into another supercut. My second supercut. Can you believe it? I'm Zalmont, and this is my YouTube. Here I play Ark and mostly talk about random stuff. Like I say, from time to time you do actually see stuff from that's really from the game, but for the most part, most of the time the game is just kind of a backdrop to me BSing. It's kind of an outlet for me to kind of learn and get my voice and just throw stuff out there. I'm honest, I'm upfront, and I tend to be on the right of every issue, but because I've thought it through and it makes sense to me, not because somebody told me that that's what I should do. um, Today, normally my episodes I actually film. I play official PVE. And so usually most of my videos are from there. But over the weekend, I spent a couple hours doing a little build here, and we're gonna go into it for go into this, and we're gonna use it as our backdrop for this week's episodes because there was a guy on one of the Facebook pages who did a thing about a lighthouse that took him 6 hours to do, and essentially it was just a greenhouse box. Like really? Like that's all it was? Like it wasn't even circular at all. It wasn't like it was just a box build at a greenhouse walls. Like just kind of lame. And people pointed out that it was kind of lame, and he kind of got all offended, and he was going off in the comment section, accept the challenge, accept the challenge. So, that's going to be my first episode today, is accept the challenge. Only this challenge is the challenge of a castle, and it will be a challenge that I am going to be tossing out there. I actually want to see what other people have. I don't think I'm the best. But that's the point, is that this guy didn't take any, like, he took any criticism as a direct attack against him. You can't do that. So when we get into the first episode, that's kind of what it's going to be about, right? Otherwise, I was super busy this week with work and super stressed, actually. And it was one of those, it was just thing on top of thing on top of thing. Head office is coming out. The owner is worried. I'm not when it comes to my end, not really. I do my job. We'll see how things go. I suspect I will have grounds to be asking for a raise after tomorrow. But we'll see how it goes. Never get too ahead of yourself, right? Always be ready to learn. Always be ready to accept responsibility and push. And that I don't know. That's where I get so good at my job, right? Is that it isn't that I always, it's that I've screwed up and I don't make the same mistake twice. Never make the same mistake twice. Well, hey, I thought. Oh, I guess because. Oh, that's fine. Okay, well. Well, we'll just put it in creative mode, that's fine. And, let's screw that. Should we just get straight into it? Yeah, I think we'll get straight into it. Here, let me get my, timer set up, ready to go. And, yeah, timer. Hello, and welcome to another episode. I'm Zelmont, and this is my YouTube where I BS and play Ark. Today's episode, accept the challenge. It's a tech castle. That's right. Really, I'm just looking for castles in general. This that I did, this is creative mode. I spent a couple hours this weekend. I wanted to, build a castle. And so I built a tech castle out of tech, and kind of going to show that off here. If you find yourself enjoying today's episode, please leave a like, comment. Like I say, comment, give me links to your castle builds. I would love to see your castles. This here is kind of the entryway. But I'm going to spin around here and it's just a basic castle, but like I said, I just spent a couple hours and threw it together. This is free build. There was no actual, I'm sure I had something in mind, but there was no actual build that I followed. This is free build. There we go. Right? Like pretty nice, right? So I left a back entrance here. And then, like I say, over on this end is my actual entrance. I don't have it really furnished yet. I kind of just made it a patio thing here real quick. Right. But this is the entryway, right? Oh, really? Okay. I did have this wall taken out because the idea is I will be bringing in here, and inside would end up being where you'd put your indie forges and whatnot, right? So I want to be able to bring dinos in to drop off, obviously. So I was going to I had taken out this wall, but I guess it missed when the game restarted, crashed type deal. But yeah, there's the back entrance. And then we got our 4 towers, right? And here I got them all dino gated off. Because we got right here, right? Just the way the thing connected, it does not want... Either I could have the wall, or I could have the slope triangle ceiling. It won't let me do both. It just would not let me... And it's there and there, and the same over on the other side. Come down. What goes up must come down. But it's still, like I say, it still kind of fits, right? It's still symmetrical. And like I say, for security purposes, if this was real, right? I did make this in a deal of this is something that I could, in theory, replicate. But yeah, because of security, okay. Seeing as you could get into here, okay, here's all you could get without me letting you in further, right? So, ta-da, good, congratulations. We can get through here into what will be the greenhouse. Because it's slope ceiling, it doesn't want to, you get kind of caught up. I might put stairs there, but... So we just kind of threw this together in, in 2 hours. And Buddy was talking about his lighthouse. It took him 6 hours. Okay, this was 2 hours just tossed together. And it's beautiful, right? Like saying we got our 4 towers. They go all the way up. Then here's where you get the parapet kind of look to it, right? This is our normal. This is the individual tower end of it, right? I think I might make, like, when I start actually furnishing this, put like these as bedrooms kind of deal. The four towers, this inner part here. And then, because then we got up here. And that's, boxed off for obvious reasons, right? And yeah. So what do you think? It's a nice basic castle, right? And like I say, this is, I remember when I was just a box boy, but you gotta come past that, and you gotta accept criticism. When people, just because people don't say the nicest things about what you did, doesn't mean that they're being mean. And as to if, because I actually do intend on sharing this video out quite heavily, because like I say, this is a build video, right? So anywhere that does builds, I will be sharing this. Hopefully anyone watching this, if you like this, think it's a nice little castle build, you likewise will help me spread it around and share it to other places that show off build videos. Just nice little tech castle. And like I say, comment, give me links to your castles. I'd love to see them. Leave a like if you found yourself enjoying. Subscribe for more content. Like I say, usually my content is more me ranting and talking about real world issues, just with Ark as kind of a background, a backdrop, if you will, to it. But yeah, this is my little tech castle. So peace out. Subscribe for more content, and yeah, share. Later.
Thanks heaps.
Alright, and so that was alright, right? So that should be about a 7-minute video, because I set an 8-minute timer, but I started the timer kind of like a little bit before we went into it, and then there was like 30 seconds left to the timer with me saying goodbye, right? So that was all right. That was all right. Okay, and
over here, mate.
hello, I'm Zelmont, and this is my YouTube where I talk about random stuff and have Ark as a backdrop. Today's episode is residential schools. Here in Canada, it's kind of a blight on our history, and I don't like the way it's told. I think the way history is taught about it, we're missing the point. So in today's episode, I'm going to get into this heavily controversial issue. I'm going to speak my honest mind about it. That said, I am sure I'm going to be called racist for what I really view as common sense opinion, but anytime you delve into something as racially charged as this, no matter what your opinion, that is bound to be the case with some people. Some people are just looking to be offended and will see racism where there is none. This is definitely, residential schools definitely is a racially charged issue. But like I say, I think the real issue with it got lost, because the problem is like I say, it's used the way it's told around these days. It's you only hear the negativity about it, and it is used to push like this is something that all of Canada did, that all of Canada was behind, and blah blah blah. And to a certain extent, yeah, true, but for a reason, and that reason actually is still prevalent in today's society. Like, you can still see the problem that actually was potentially meant to be solved by residential schools. So, were residential schools actually wrong? is there some kind of an idea behind it that actually there does make sense? And if it does make sense, okay, well, where did residential schools go wrong? Obviously, with my line of questioning here, it's kind of obvious where I'm leaning towards here. These are definitely leading questions. But I don't think the residential schools, as a theory, were wrong. Because what was happening is something that you can find on reservations today, where you can find these generational abuse, where you can see lots of, well, generational abuse, both alcoholism, drug use, physical abuse, sexual abuse, and this follows the generations along. The one generation ends up learning it from the generation before it, and they end up taking it out on the next generation, who end up taking it out on the next generation, and so on. So, like, there is a theory of here, well, how do you stop this generational poverty? Well, how you stop? One theory is that, well, you teach another new way to live. Like, you don't have to show another way of living. You don't have to live like this. That was the theory behind residential schools, and in that, I don't think it is wrong. I think it's absolutely correct. Do I think residential schools, as they were done, were done wrong? Absolutely, and I think they were done wrong from the start. I think there were bad actors right from the start. But the theory behind it was not wrong, and I think it's wrong to label all of Canada as racist for endorsing it, when the theory behind it actually is a sound theory. Where residential schools went wrong is in one key important detail: voluntary versus mandatory. If the residential school program had been a voluntary program instead of a mandatory program, you would not have had the problems that you had. A lot of the problems were because a lot of what went wrong with the school with people outside didn't know. Like I say, most the general Canadian public that endorsed residential schools, they endorsed trying to end this generational poverty, trying to end this generational abuse. And that was what they were endorsing. They did not endorse pedophiles and whatnot having their way with a racial minority. That wasn't what was endorsed. It was meant to stop, to end a problem, to help people raise up. And like I say, I don't think that was wrong. What I think was wrong was that because they made it mandatory and they had to be there, they couldn't. There was nowhere else for them to be. If they left, the cops would just pick them up and drop them back off. Right? Like it was like they were like slavery, and it, like I don't agree. Once again, I don't agree with the one aspect of the residential schools. I don't agree with was the cultural genocide. I don't think that was right. And likewise, if it had been mandatory, if it had been voluntary instead of mandatory, and you could leave and go and re-immerse yourself within your cultural genocide would not be possible. You know what I mean? Like, what made all of the bad stuff that happened with residential schools happened because it was mandatory. If you had just allowed it to be, if it had been a voluntary program instead, you would have had the good without the bad. Now, that said, the good would be more limited in scope. But it, like I say, it stops a lot. You can't. It's human nature to have both the best and the worst in people, and so you can't assume you're going to have either or. You need to assume that both are possible. And so, where a stricter mandatory residential school program would be more encompassing if it was done by the right people, by your truly altruistic people. The fact is it's not human nature that's all you're going to, even if more good actors had ended up being in that program than what turned out to be. Like you say, you go look into the letters and whatnot. Right from the get-go, there was bad actors involved in the residential schools, and I denounce that 100%. But like I say, they would not have been able to have done what they done in a voluntary program. It was the mandatory nature that allowed those bad actors to have that ability, right? So even though it would limit the scope to have it be voluntary, ultimately, for obvious reasons, voluntary is the way to go. And like I say, and there's a problem, and like I say, because the reason that I raise this is because even today there is still times where people from a certain political persuasion or another will try and push this idea of indoctrination camps, and that's wrong. Why is it wrong? Mandatory. That's the lesson. That's the lesson about the residential schools. That's the lesson, and that's the lesson about any indoctrination camps, any re-education camps, like anything like of that nature. No, you can't do that. Not as a mandatory program. And as a voluntary program, propaganda can only get you so far. So yeah. What do you think? Am I off my rocker? Is there literally no redeeming quality benefits behind the idea of residential schools, or am I right? And it's really what made it so bad was that they made it mandatory instead of voluntary, and then the whole thing got a bad rep. Everybody just wanted to, instead of examining what actually happened and laying blame where blame should lie, everybody just wanted to say everybody is bad. So let me know in the comments. If you found yourself enjoying today's episode, leave a like, subscribe for more content, and please feel free to share. Until next time, later.
Thank you.
All right. We're doing pretty good, ain't we? Y'all enjoying the SuperCut so far, huh? You enjoying that SuperCut? I enjoy the SuperCut. I'm surprised the SuperCut went as well as it has. So I figured I'd throw a little teaser in there. You watch the SuperCut, you get this. All right, let's get into the next one, shall we? All right.
Over here, mate.
Hello, I'm Zaman, and welcome to my YouTube. Today's episode, it's not about you. That's really going to be the discussion. It's not about you, and it's not about me. The idea, when you think about yourself, a person tends to, I don't even have my timer. Oh no. Let's stop a second. Well, actually, you know what? Speaking of SuperCut, there you go. You get this in the SuperCut. Now we're doing another take. All right.
Oi!
Hello, I'm Zalmont, and welcome to my YouTube. Today's episode, it's not about you. If you find yourself enjoying today's episode, don't forget to leave a like, subscribe for more content, feel free to share and comment and let me know your thoughts in the comments below. And yeah, today's episode, it's not about you. Really, I find that as a useful thing for myself. I find that I get a lot of joy, and I'm not sure if it's just a male thing. I'm sure it's not, but I know within males in itself, it's a deep set within our very egos, this sense of providing and serving and helping others. And so when you give yourself over to others, when you give yourself over to the family, the group, you tend to get a lot of joy out of that. Especially the more people that you can provide for, the more people that you can help, the greater joy you get. And whereas if you're thinking about you and it's all about you, it gets really neurotic. And if anything bad happens, you're gonna get more and more upset, and you end up going down a very dark hole. You got to really give over to it's not about you. It's not about you. And that's true. Like most of the time. And because I remember being, because I was a very intelligent kid, and but I was emotionally stunted, would probably be the best way to describe it, due to certain abuses that I went through. Um, and so there was a time where I really focused on me, and it's all about me, and it's all my thoughts focused on what about me, right? And you start, people are laughing over in the corner, and you think they're laughing about you, and it gets you more upset, and you know, little things like that. It starts to get at you more and more, and you you got to give yourself over to it's not about you, and it's really not. When they were even if they were laughing about you, who cares? Who cares? Does it matter? Why does it matter? It doesn't matter. It's not about you. Right? Like, I don't know.
We going exploring?
Yeah, we're going exploring. No, we're really not. No actual gameplay episodes this week, other than the build video that I showed earlier this week. Which, hey, if you haven't seen that build video, go check it out. Accept the challenge. It's a tech castle. Check it out. Check it. Seriously, go. Yeah, I know, right? Amazing. Make sure you leave a like. Uh, fun. But, really, I find men that, you find purpose in serving others. I always have. And you, you throw yourself into it, make yourself indispensable, and then you can ask for impossible things, and people have to give it to you. I'm a lot of truth is said in jest, but I am joking. That is, you give yourself over selflessly, and you will get in return. But if you're never willing to do more than what you're worth, then you're never going to get more. I know I misphrased. There's a quote that I've heard before, but I can't think of it. But something along those lines. Like, you gotta, if you ever want to get more, you have to do more. If you're never going to do more than what you are, you're never going to get more than what you have. There we go. That's the quote. The quote I remember? Yeah, the quote I made myself back when I was a teenager. Which I'm not saying. If you want to hear my quote, the quote that is, well, I'm not even saying my name. Those who know me know my name. Some people know my name. Some people can follow who I really am. But for all of you, I am Zelmont. Yeah, there's one quote I did. Not that I'm hugely famous. I'm not. I'm a nobody. I'm a nobody. I'm a smart nobody, but, I'm a nobody. I like most people, have wasted a lot, and that's why I think I'm worth listening to, right? Because I'm open about that. I've seen things, dark things. I've shoplifted probably more than most people. Actually, I can pretty well guarantee I've shoplifted more than most people. I'm sure there's people who've shoplifted more than me, but and I have not shoplifted in over 20 years, so I now really view it as a wrong. I'm glad I view it as a wrong, because it's not about me, and that's wrong. It's wrong for others. It's wrong. Yeah. I see the bigger picture now. I see how wrong of it, how totally wrong it was of me. At the time, I just wanted to be like everybody else, and everybody else seemed to have these things, so I should have these things. Life of a poor kid, right? But thanks for tuning in. If you agree that with the sentiment and that it's not about you. Forget about the you. Give up the you. Give up the I. Leave a like. Subscribe for more content. Comment. Let me know your thoughts, and feel free to share. Until next time.
We appreciate it.
That's great. I should do more videos with her on Gen 2, right? That's great. Let's do it again. One more time. One more time.
Oh, that's nice.
Right?
Thanks.
That's nice. Later. Alright. So we enjoyed the SuperCut? Oh, that's great. We got one more little short episode to get in. This next one's going to actually be another, like... The next one's actually really legitimately going to be a short one. We're going to do... oh, no. This one. Orbit camera. Whoa. Whoa. There we go. Oh, I can't remember. Dang it. Pretty sure it's one of these. Getting a seizure. Okay. So what was that? It's just with the tech suit. Horrible. Okay. There we go. That work? That worked. Alright, let's get the timer ready. Well, yeah, let's get the timer ready just so I can see what time I'm working with. Alright.
Oi!
Hello, and welcome to another episode. This will be the final episode for this week, and this one, I'm Zelmont. This is my YouTube. If you find yourself enjoying this episode and enjoying my YouTube in general, please leave a like, subscribe for more content, and share. This one's just a thank you. That's it. We're going to keep it short and simple. Thank you for watching. I appreciate you, all of you. I am up over 400 views in 28 days now. That is a new milestone. One of these days, these baby steps, they ain't gonna feel so baby no more. We're up over 30 subscribers now. And I finally actually did get contacted by a couple of people. There's one that in particular who sounds like he's very much in my kind of spot, only his playtime is opposite. Which we'll see how that works out. So after I get done my videos here and go check up on the kids again, I'll probably be contacting that person and seeing about meeting up with them on their official server. They're over on Lost Island, so I'll be going and transferring over. Right now there is unfortunately a known glitch going on with the transfers, so I'm going to be transferring over minimally because people are losing all of their stuff in transfers right now. It's not always, but yeah. So, sucks for your big time traders. For somebody like me, I can just wait out the patch that fixes the glitch. But your big time traders, in the meantime, they're losing out on hundreds of thousands of poly. Uh, yeah, hours upon hours of work, especially on official where I'm playing. You know, like say, well, this one in particular. If you've watching the supercut, or you watch the earlier episodes, this is actually single player creative mode. Just so I could build a castle. Yeah, never mind. There's a whole episode about that. Go check out Accept the Challenge. It's a tech castle. For real. I know. I told you to go check it out in yesterday's episode. But did you? Well, if you didn't, then maybe you should. Yeah. Anyways, yeah, thank you, absolutely everybody for watching. Thank you to the buddy for reaching out to Tribe Up. Like I say, I will be contacting you today. It seems that our playtime is opposite, so we'll see if it actually really works out. But it might work out perfectly. It might just be horrible. It might be just feeling like we're still playing solo. But we'll see. Um, so, like I say, if you've enjoyed today's episode, if you've enjoyed the series up to now, uh, leave a like, subscribe for more content, and feel free to share. Comment, let me know your thoughts, especially like if you have any ideas for episodes, like is there something you want to see, you want to see me talk about, rant about. Like I say, I have, if you watched my second episode this week, that one's a controversial issue. I have no problem getting into controversial issues. By some people's standards, I do tend to take some controversial stands, but I'm always able to explain and rationalize my position. So, people say it's out there positions, controversial positions, get offended, but they can't explain why. So, until a person can explain why, I think I'm right. But yeah, thank you for tuning in. Thank you for tuning in all throughout the month. And thank you in advance, right? I know you're gonna be watching, so thank you very much. And so that'll be that. We are going to have that one be done like dinner, man. So even this supercut this week is probably going to be pretty short. Not a whole lot in this, eh? Not really. But I do appreciate everybody tuning in. Watching them numbers go up, it's great. And yeah, if anybody wants to hear any, especially recent news, I would like to actually start getting in more recent news. The Daily Wire thing, when that went off with Crowder, that was a good one. I enjoyed ranting about that. But yeah, let me know your thoughts in the comments below of the supercut. What direction should I go? Do you want to see more game content? Would you like to see more builds? I am actually planning on doing an actual lighthouse too. I figured I'd do a lighthouse just like off over here, kind of thing. Like do it off, put it in the water a little bit, and like connect it in. But yeah. Ooh. Yeah. Creative mode. Fun stuff, right? But you know, that'll be it for me this week. Hopefully next week I'll actually have some more. Because this week I knew I was doing the castle, and I knew I was doing the residential schools, but it was just those two that I really had. Um, I was hoping the It's Not About You would fill a bit more. I managed to ramble on a bit, but we'll see how that even is for an episode. I don't imagine people really overly care for that, because probably that one and my thanks for watching probably really feel quite a bit like filler. We'll see. Um, this is yeah. Normally I actually have, like I say, I have more thought out for the week. But this week I was really, really super busy with work. Oh, there's our yeah. Well, we already done the episode. We're just in the supercut now. But yeah, I was super busy at work, and my mind was really focused on work. People got sick, back to back. Oh, not that I blame the people. It happens, right? It happens to the best of us. But oh, the back to back of it, right? Just bad luck for me. Well, I don't know. Probably good luck, actually. We'll see my paycheck. I put in 13 hours on Saturday. It was a long day. I got to take a short day yesterday, though. Got to go home 2 hours earlier than I was scheduled, and I actually had initially planned on being there even later than I was scheduled. But I was wore out. Right drained. Did a banquet solo, more or less. Boss helped plate. Well, the boss plated salads and desserts. I helped with the desserts, and I had all the salad stuff all ready to go. Like, just throw them on plates, more or less. The other guy who was supposed to, who was there, he was sick. But even if he hadn't been sick, I had it planned where he could just do his normal thing for Saturday, just kind of watch the line, make sure I don't need to do anything else. And so I had this banquet all planned out. Like, I knew what I was doing, I knew how I was pumping it out, and I did good. I did really good. And that's that's kind of something I wanted to try and swing into the It's Not About You, because like that was for me, like there was a moment where I was a little getting down because of just, especially for the banquet one, when the second employee told me that they were sick. Oh, I like yeah. But I come back out of it with the It's Not About You, right? And it's not. I'm the support character. That's what I am. And I'm fine with that. I accept that. I embrace it. And it's not even that I don't know. I am a main, but I'm a support. I'm a main support. Yeah, I'm the healer. Actually, I'm probably yeah, I'm the tank. Oh, I'm the tank who just doesn't like how long the fight takes. But anyways, I am really starting to have to go to the bathroom, so I'm going to cut this off. Thanks for tuning in. Uh, Hope to see you again next week. Hope to see my numbers keep going up. Subscribe for more content. Obviously, feel free to share all and any of my content. Feel free to make shorts if there is anything. I meant to make. If you watched the last Supercut, I did have something in there. I'm gonna end up making it a video, because it didn't meet the time requirement. I meant it to be a short, but when I actually finally went in to do a short is apparently just 1 minute. So, yeah, it was way longer than a minute. But anybody that feels like there's something in one of my things that you could just cut it down, feel free to cut it and share it. And, absolutely. Till next time. Later.